Welcome to another edition of Teal TV's Seahawks Central News. I'm Kara Trotter.
And I'm Yan Wang. We're here each and every week to bring you the latest news affecting the Seahawk community.
That's right, Yan. And if watching us on TV wasn't enough, you can also check us out on YouTube. Seahawks Central News starts right now. Thursday night classes last week were canceled due to Hurricane Earl. Before the storm's effects could be noticed, the school sent out notifications via the UNCW alert system. Emails were sent to all students, faculty, and staff notifying them that the campus would cancel all classes after 4 p.m. Thursday. In addition to the cancellation of classes, both Randall Library and the Rec Center were scheduled to close early. All classes and campus facilities resumed normal scheduling Friday.
Though the storm had no severe effect on our area, the school took many precautions in case it did. UNCW Alert is a system of emergency information exchange that the school has set up to relay messages to students and staff in the event of an emergency. With mass emails, an information hotline, emergency text messages, and even a siren, UNCW Alert used many of its resources last week to relay important information to our campus. To register yourself or get more information on UNCW Alert, visit www.uncw.edu/alert.
North Carolina Harris Teeter stores are stepping up their game. Recently, 5 Harris Teeter stores throughout North Carolina started offering NC Education lottery tickets for sale in their stores. Wilmington's South College location across from Kmart was one of the first 5 to offer the lottery tickets. The tickets are located in a self-service vending machine called Lottery to Go, created by a company out of Matthews. You can purchase all different types of tickets, but make sure to have your driver's license handy because machines will not take your money or dispense your tickets until you scan your ID to verify your age. Harris Teeter stores in Virginia and Maryland already sell lottery tickets, so the company hopes to catch up by adding this service to all 126 North Carolina stores.
A local class will begin aimed at improving race relations in the Wilmington community. The program will try to establish a community dialogue grounded in history and focused on citizenship. The class is titled The History of Wilmington in Black and White. It begins Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Roland Grease Middle School auditorium. The class costs $5 for students and $50 for non-students. The YWCA is sponsoring the event and scholarships are available. Classes will be held each Thursday through November 4th. Duke history professor Dr. Timothy Tyson and award-winning gospel singer Mary D. Williams will co-host the class, which is in its 3rd year. Contact YWCA Special Projects Director Stephanie Avery at 910-799-6820 for more registration information.
And now, let's jump over to Sarah Lively with the Weekend Weather Watch. Sarah?
Good evening, Seahawks. Hope everyone enjoyed their day off this week. I'm Sarah Lively with your weekend weather report. Temperatures are finally starting to take a slight dip after all the days we've seen 90 or more this summer. Friday will feature a high of 88 with a low of 77. The beach will feel so nice, and it will be a great way to kick off the weekend, so make sure you go. Saturday will feel comfortable with a high of 83 and a low of 70. There will be a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms on your Saturday and even Sunday, so make sure you have an umbrella. Sunday's low will be 71, and this will warm up for an afternoon high of 86. If you will be traveling this weekend, Charlotte will feature highs in the mid to upper 80s with lows in the mid to upper 60s. Greenville will be pleasant as well, but check out Saturday. Does that really say a high of 79? Yes, it does. Other than that, expect highs in the mid 80s with lows around the mid 60s. Expect a chance of a pop-up thunderstorm, but overall, very nice weather outdoors. This weekend's highlighted college football game is Duke at Wake Forest. The Blue Devils will take on the Demon Deacons at Grove Stadium in Winston-Salem. Tailgaters and fans can expect partly cloudy skies and temperatures around 75 degrees. Also, the past 2 weeks have been very interesting with Danielle and Earl stirring up the Atlantic. Thankfully, they did not bring damage to Wilmington. just rough waters and high surf. For now, the Atlantic is clear, which makes me happy to report we will have a bit of a tropical break. That's all for weather. Yan and Kara, back to you.
Thanks, Sarah. During college football's opening weekend, a local stadium had a massive malfunction. 31 aluminum bleachers in the newly redesigned end zone section at ECU's Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium became unhinged and collapsed during the game on Sunday. There's no official number of fans injured, but one fan was admitted to the hospital with a dislocated shoulder. The bleachers were removed for inspection and the fans were relocated to other seats. The 7,000-seat Boneyard was built in the off-season, giving the stadium a capacity of 50,000 and a horseshoe shape. ABC affiliate WCTI reports that an announcement came over the PA system telling students to stop jumping on the bleachers and keep their feet on the ground. Freshman Tim Walker said that it kind of reeled them up and made them want to jump more. "We kind of turned it into a chant," he said. The Pirates are home for their next game against Memphis.
With the school year in full swing, intramural sports are underway as well. According to Campus Recreation, this past week was the beginning of the intramural soccer season. In addition, sign-ups for the program's most popular activity, flag football, also began. With a league for men, women, and co-rec, Campus Recreation has begun gearing up for another long flag football season. Information about signing up a team can be found on the Campus Recreation page of the UNCW website. Registration for football runs up until September 20th.
Well, all this talk of college football and intramural sports has got me anxious about our upcoming sports segment.
Well, Yan, you don't have to be anxious anymore. Ben Tyson is ready to update us all on the sports events of this past weekend.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day you may be enjoying Seahawks Central News. I'm Ben Tyson, the senior sports correspondent with a bevy of sports topics to cover. Beginning with the nationally ranked Seahawk men's soccer team, which began its regular season with a 1-0 victory over the Binghamton Bearcats in the first game of the save-faced West Virginia Classic in Morgantown. Nassim Berhone's header in the 15th minute was the game's only goal off of a free kick from junior Sean Utterson. Goalkeeper Brock Duckworth had 4 saves and his 19th career shutout. In the final game of the Classic, the number 23rd ranked Seahawks lost to the unranked West Virginia Mountaineers in double overtime by a score of 3-2. Seth Babington struck first for the Seahawks in the 19th minute, giving them a lead that held until the 5th minute of the second half when WVU tied it up. Mountaineers' Matt Drake notched the game-leading goal in the 68th minute, but just 10 minutes later, UNCW senior Daniel Roberts drew even on a direct free kick. Frank Tayu notched the game winner in the 102nd minute for West Virginia. It was the Seahawks' first loss in their last 13 regular season games. That, too, was a double OT thriller to the Blue Devils of Duke. The Seahawks left Morgantown with their heads held high, though, with 2 players, Roberts and senior defender Indy Smith, on the all-tournament team. The men play again this Friday night at 7:30 at home against Central Florida. Moving on to the women's soccer team, who hosted the Hilton Garden Inn Invitational this past weekend. Elon, Coastal Carolina, and Gardner-Webb all visited from the surrounding area. In the first game, the Seahawks faced off against the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. Let's check out those highlights. Erin Pardini early in the second half attacking when she is fouled in the box after taking a shot and getting her own rebound. The yellow card goes to number 15, Cami Skladany of Coastal Carolina, wearing the white jerseys. Stephanie Rose takes the penalty kick and slams it in the back of the net for her first goal of the season. Good job, Stephanie. A little bit later in the second half, Amanda Holmes strikes from 22 yards out past goalie Jessica Barton to put the Seahawks ahead 2-0. And as you can see, Holmes again here trying to put the game away at 3-0. The shot is up, but it is unsuccessful. Failure to capitalize could cost the Seahawks, and it did. With 16 minutes left and down 2-0, Hannah Brown of Coastal Carolina strikes one in the back of the net. And there's Brown again in the corner, which is deflected into the goal by freshman Alyssa Clark to make it 2-2. And with less than 2 minutes remaining, Megan Simeone of the Seahawks commits a foul in the box on Anna Tupi, setting up a PK for the win. And it goes. Megan Thomas breaks the hearts of Seahawks fans in attendance. We caught up with Coach Paul Kearney for his thoughts after the game.
You know, at 2-0, I think our team took our foot off the gas ever so slightly. and Coastal deserve a lot of credit. They battled and they worked hard, and when they got that goal, it gave them tons of energy, so they deserve a lot of credit. We have to understand, we have to take advantage of the opportunities we have, and maybe a little bit smarter toward goal. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up. When we're under pressure, not panicking, keeping our composure. You know, when they scored the first goal at 2-1, I still felt we were in control of the game, but we allowed them to make us lose our composure, so we're going to talk about that. We can't mope about a loss. There's nothing we can do about this. We've got to figure out what happened, watch some film, and then hopefully be better on Sunday.
The Seahawks won the final game of the Invitational against Gardner-Webb. Catch full highlights and interviews with Coach Paul Kearney and star Stephanie Rose next on Seahawks Central Sports. Moving on to volleyball, where the Seahawks Spikers had a tournament of their own this Labor Day weekend. The UNCW Courtyard by Marriott tournament was held Saturday at Hanover Hall. The women cruised to a 3-0 victory over South Carolina State in the morning match before falling 3-0 to UNC Greensboro in the nightcap. Against SCS, senior outside hitter Kelly Clear led the team with a career-high 10 kills, while junior middle blocker Kimberly Friedel added an impressive 7 kills without error. The volleyball team is on the road this week against Charleston Southern Tuesday and at Butler on Friday. Their next home game isn't until Friday, September 17th against NC State. One last piece of information for die-hard Seahawks sports fans and coaches. A former UNCW catcher, Chris Hatcher, became the second Diamond Seahawk to make it to the major leagues this season when the Florida Marlins called him up for the final month. Hatcher was a 5th-round draft pick of the Marlins following his junior season in '06, and he joins John Rayner of the Pittsburgh Pirates as the only Seahawk major leaguers this year. That's all for now. Stay tuned next for more Seahawk and national sports coverage on Seahawks Central Sports. Kara, back to you.
Thanks, Ben. Wow, what a full weekend of Seahawk athletics.
Kara, it really was. But just in case that wasn't enough, stay tuned for Seahawks Central Sports coming your way next.
That's right. You can catch additional highlights and full sports coverage on that show. Thanks again for watching Seahawks Central News. We'll be here again next Thursday at 8 o'clock, Channel 5 on campus or Channel 77 off.
Or you can check us out on YouTube. Special thanks to UNCW TV, the Athletics Department, and the Communication Studies Department. Until next week, I'm Yan Wang.
And I'm Kara Trotter saying so long, Seahawks.